welcome back to Let's Play Persona 2 Innocent Sin.
Tatsuya, I'm poisoned!
You're fine.
Okay.
We have items for
Ricky
this.
is here with a cameo.
Oh, right, yeah.
Hey, did you know that the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy XIV has a free trial that goes up to level 60 and includes the Heavensport expansion? Oh, you did? Well, did you know that there's a free login campaign for people who have already paid for a subscription and can't access the free trial? It goes until like mid-August or something. It's awesome. You should play it.
Oh, this video's gonna be...
and while I'm here, Neo: The World Ends With You comes out on July 27th. That game's pretty friggin' awesome, so you guys should
Ricky,
play it.
stop!
There's a demo, and your save transfers over. Just play that game. This Persona nonsense, whatever. We got Rindo up in here. Rin dude.
Alright, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Thank you, Reki.
Thanks for spoiling that we probably recorded this long before this video comes out.
What are you talking about?
son of a bitch.
We record these every week on the exact same day every time.
I mean, generally that's true. What they don't know is how far back those weeks go.
No, they don't know. What they don't know won't hurt them.
Well, when this video comes out in mid-August, I think we're gonna have some problems.
I don't know about that. It could come out if it comes out in October.
And considering he also dropped a date a game plays, a game comes out.
If this comes out after the 27th, it's fucked. Between episodes...
No, I mean,
I don't even know if this is coming out in August.
Well, it might... Aston, you think it'll come out after August? Or before?
It might.
I guess it could. Alright, it doesn't matter. We're here to use cards.
Yeah.
Let's see, it's Igor. Here, man. I did some card stuff between videos.
What are you here to do?
Specifically,
all the cards.
Well, it looks like you have quite.
I'm trying to do a thing here.
Yes.
Can you stop? I'm trying to do a thing.
Very well.
I got a shit ton of free tarot cards.
You want cards?
Shut the fuck up, Piper! Jesus Christ!
Continue.
Okay. So we're gonna see what we can fuse up here. Cause it's about that time. We can make Minotaur.
Oh, look, it's our best friend.
I mean,
Friend.
not wrong. What do we got out of this man? Wow, that's not good. Sorry, buddy. I'm not interested.
You're our friend, but kinda useless.
Ooh, that's though. Pixie might be a good grab for the wind and we can.
The earth,
Healing.
wind, and fire.
There's no earth, just wind and electricity.
There is now.
It's the only Lover's Arcana that we can afford right now. Yep.
It
But-
seems you don't have the prerequisite tarot cards, you dumb shit.
We come over here and we find something we particularly would like. We've got enough free cards to make just about anything happen right now, so...
Ooh.
Yeah, shut up. So let's take stock. What are the most important... Well, let's figure out who might be priority card replacements. Or persona replacements. We can probably get by with that. Wouldn't mind replacing Kichi's though, because kind of just don't care about half these spells. Giving Ginkgo something else might be good, especially because that Pixie had a fucking variety of attack options and healing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maya's is honestly kind of worth hanging on to for now because there's 2 insta-kill spells in here. And Bufu.
Boo-foo.
Boo-foo.
Poor Yuki could probably do with some as well.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we'll try to get Kichi, Ginkgo, and Yuki set up priority.
Okay. Sounds good.
And I think for Ginkgo, we'll just grab Pixie, because, I mean, that's a pretty solid start. Though, we could... I think we could at least get Jack Frost if we wanted to. Holy
Hee-ho!
shit! Boofoo, nice.
Boofoo.
Hee-ho, boofoo, hee-ho.
So here's the question, then. We could get the variety of attacks here and healing, but we also have Maya, who has healing. We could get her Jack Frost and just have really good Boofoo spells and let Maya focus up on purely healing for now, which seems like a pretty
Maya
good.
Could be healer. Yeah, I mean, we only need one healer. Unless there's a persona for Maya that would be like even better than giving Ginkgo Jack Frost.
A little bit more into the game, you might want a better all heal than Medea, though.
Oh yeah, we're not.
Oh,
we're not there yet. We're fine.
Yeah, for the time being, I mean.
You know, maybe we need something stronger than Medea when we're fighting Joker. The Joker, I should say.
This might be a decent pick for Yuki. It's got wind spells out the ass.
Bajar.
Magarula.
Yeah. But
Magarula,
I think if we do that, we can't get Ginkgo Jack Frost. Nothing. Good day, sir.
Try again.
We need to summon her. Am I losing
They
it?
don't tell you.
They don't tell you.
Iris?
I sure as shit didn't do enough research to have that answer, so...
Flang.
Okay, not high enough level to grab that. 56. And this isn't... Who could use that? That one might be a decent choice. What do we got here? That's fucking awful. Stop.
Nikomata.
I mean...
You don't even have to use free cards.
It's true. Could just grab Yuki Nekomata, which is probably better than what she has now, even though there's some skill crossover. But that might just be the way it has to be. Okay, let's go ahead and... No. Shit, I could slap Steel Card in here if I wanted to have... That being said, there's not really any here that are that important to me right now, so I'm not gonna worry about that.
Nothing jumping out at ya.
Yep, that'll do.
Will this persona suffice?
I don't know if we've seen this yet, so I'm gonna let it play out.
Whoa.
I've seen a lot of fusion effects, but this game's is still fucking baller.
I like this one.
Except for that part. My eyes. Our persona.
Gross. Gross. Leave.
She said it, man. I mean... so we grabbed Jack Frost for...
I like how Jack Frost is the Lovers Arcana in this game.
Instead of... It's usually... Or later games, it's
Magician.
Yeah. What would be good for our boy over here? Oh, look! More Boofoo!
Wait, what was that other one? Was it a Hanged Man?
So...
Yeah, I think that...
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I liked what that one... there's a reason I liked that one, but that's gonna have to be for later.
Okay.
Kabahanda? I don't think I pronounced that right.
Not.
Kabandaha.
Should I just say the reason I liked that one?
Sure.
Unless I'm confusing it with a different one, but I remember it being a fish thing that had aqua spells. A mutation It's one of the ones that gets a mutation that actually lets it turn into a different persona, and that persona got a really good party heal.
35, 72, that's... Fucking math, dude. What the shit?
Let's see. 35, that would be, let's see, 40 would be 75, so
37.
30, yeah.
So we need 37 free cards on that. And we'd need 92. Well, I think we're gonna pass on him for now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Death.
Death.
Oh, yeah. Hell. I am the goddess of death. What were you the god of again? Much worse than,
I'm leaving.
God, shit, what was her name? Kate Blanchett.
7.
From,
Thor Ragnarok?
yeah.
184. It was the other one that was... What was hell? Self-death?
Yes, hell was death. Hella. Thor.
You know it.
Yes, Kate Blanchett. That's the one. Did it.
Yep. Hook me up, brother.
Paint.
Alright.
Modern art.
It's true. Bunch of splashes on the canvas.
Mhm.
Modern art.
Like in The Big Lebowski, where she, like, puts herself on a harness and flies over the canvas while splatting paint everywhere.
That's modern art.
It's abstract.
It's modern. Maybe it's like postmodern art, actually.
That's abstract. Damn it.
I decided
You're
to look it up.
abstract.
That fish thing can mutate into 2 different personas potentially, so it wouldn't even necessarily be the one I got.
I know.
Friendly frost fairy with a body made of ice and snow. Also the motto, the mascot of Atlas.
We love Jack Frost in this house.
We stand
Yeah.
Jack Frost.
We stand Jack Frost.
Hee-ho, hee-ho.
Yo, yo.
Hey ho.
I hope you like hearing those 2 words together, cuz. Woo. You're
I
gonna.
hee-hope.
Oh yeah, we he-hos.
No, not to the card.
Mokuba!
No, he's trapped forever.
It's like season.
Oh, I got it exactly right. Look at that shit. Let's go.
Nice.
Ah, fuck.
Wait, what?
My level's too
You're
low.
2 level.
Oh,
Unfortunate.
sad.
What level we need to be?
22,
22.
right?
I think we're just a
Yeah.
little bit short. Is it the average level of the party, or is it individual? It'd be average of the
Tell us,
party.
Galuf.
Oh, what was that?
Summoning is the average level of the party, right?
That sounds right. It couldn't be the individual level because
That's not how that works, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well, two new ones is better than nothing, so we'll take what we got for now, and I'll do some more collection between episodes later on. For now,
We'll probably be able to get to it by the end of the dungeon, possibly.
we'll see. Not a concern. Worst case, I just do it on my own time. I need to take on the fucking personas before I left, because I'm dumb.
that's wild. The persona I had named Shoshen can only be obtained through mutation.
Oh.
Hello, my friends would like their new friends.
My friends would like you to, like, completely rearrange their souls, please.
Tatsuya, did you get me a new persona?
I guess.
Thank you. He's so cute.
We're gonna go to Giga Macho now.
Cool.
In.
Okay.
Banger track, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like best
Hey,
friend.
buddy!
Hey, it's our 2 friends.
I don't care about the other one.
Yeah.
Our pact with her is broken now.
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I pissed her off at some point. Whatever. Take control. Give me free card.
Give us cards.
Give me card.
Funny, funny.
Funny, funny. Graceful the swan. Bitch.
Funny, funny.
Watch the RNG screw us over now.
An aquarium. Ah, fuck. Was it TV? Shit.
Yeah, it was.
He's happy as long as he's not.
He's happy.
As long as he's not angry, I don't care.
Yeah.
Take control. You want my autograph?
I don't think he does. However,
Probably not.
I kind of got his autograph by way of Terra cards.
Nice. Anyway, Giga Macho.
Welcome to the next dungeon. It's Giga Macho. It didn't look like much for now, but it gets to be mildly annoying. Not really that bad, but just bad enough.
Not to the point where you have to go through the dungeon twice like in the first game, right?
Not to the point where I have to literally hug a wall and hope for the best. No.
Or free cards? Are you gonna fight?
I'm going to fight because I want the new personas to start ranking up.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, going into the boss fight with, one ability.
The what?
Going into a boss fight with one ability might not be a good idea. Anyway.
Boo-foo.
Foo-foo!
And then
Hee-ho.
suddenly Joker shows up and we end up fighting him.
Please no.
We'll just hit him with boo-foo.
Yes. That'll do it.
Jack Frost, save us!
Hee-ho,
Hee-ho!
hee-ho.
I'm out, bitch!
It just fucking flies away. Well, shit.
Hey, Jack Frost's #1 priority is self-preservation. He's got to make it through at least another couple games.
More than a
He
couple.
the heck out of here.
He is in a great number, as in pretty much every Shin Megami Tensei and/or related property game.
Jack Frost has inserted himself into your
Party
party.
without your consent. That
He
sounds like
didn't
a
need
shit.
it.
That sounds like a shit post. Wait, we'll get to Nocturne sooner or later, I'm sure.
I have to play Nocturne. That game's hard, I hear.
It's that weird circumstance where it's hard, like how difficult it is. Well, it is difficult. The exact extent of its difficulty has been kind of blown out of proportion by the internet's, natural, like, telephone game-esque method of information traveling. Someone will be like, yeah, this game's pretty hard, and then, 10 people later, this game is the hardest fucking thing I've ever played, and it's... Don't get me wrong, it's not easy, but...
Is it like normal Atlas hard?
It's probably on the more difficult end of their more modern games,
Okay.
but having played older Atlas RPGs, I can see where a lot of the sensibilities are the same in terms of like how things play out against you. But I've been playing the remaster in my own time, and it's not the. I played harder.
It's not atrocious.
Like I said, it does still have its moments where it's like, that's a kick in the stomach.
Ah, fuck you.
Yeah, just fuck.
Well, I mean, even some of the later Persona games, like, you could just get really bad RNG and you could be perfectly, like, reasonably leveled and everything for it, and you just get wrecked.
And then Persona 5 happens, and I literally don't have to look at the screen to beat that game.
Well, yeah, eventually you'll get where you're going.
As far as combat goes, I meant more like the game is like kind of a joke. That will probably end up being, if we get there in 5 million years, one of the only games in this series where I'm 100% confident that I can pretty much show off everything in the game on screen. Because it's that easy.
It was not as hard as 4, which is what I can say.
It's not as hard as 4. It's definitely not as hard as 3. I think it's even easier than like the first game and this game. It's not even like that. I think it's
Innocent Sin is easier than the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say Innocent Sin so far seems to be a much more enjoyable and a much easier time.
The thing about Persona 5, especially Royal, isn't even that it's like, I don't think it was intentionally designed to be easy, it's just so crammed full of player-sided mechanics that it becomes incredibly easy to just kind of win.
You can very easily exploit many things and have a much easier time.
Non-boss battles, you can exploit the mechanics to basically never see actual combat outside of bosses.
Correct.
Which, they made it even easier than like vanilla Persona 5, which is the funniest thing. They changed small things that were minorly annoying, and now the game's just infinitely easier. It's like, yeah, my gun just gets ammo back between fights, so I can just enter every fight with a fully loaded clip.
Oh! They do that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It's a fucking joke.
Oh, yeah, that certainly makes things a little easier. But then,
So Persona
does
5 Royal, the way you play that ends up being the same way you played DMC2?
Yeah! Oh, do you mean melee combat? I've got a gun! I don't know if I've told anyone else that story, but it was at least my first playthrough of DMC2. I beat the entire game using pretty much exclusively the guns, except for the rare instance where it was mandatory to use a sword. Because that game is so poorly designed that holding down, I think it's triangle, it's just, you win. Like, it takes forever, but the enemies don't really counteract you doing that very much, so you can kind of just hold down gun and win. Game's really bad.
Well, I guess when in doubt, just shooting something repeatedly, it is a pretty viable strategy. I mean...
the problem is that it's historically not a viable strategy in literally every other game in that series.
Well, yes, I know, but, when
there's
in
a reason
doubt-
why it's called the black sheep of the family.
Only until the remake came out.
Oh, did the remake change some things?
The remake's not good. That's what it changed.
Oh, you mean DMC, Devil May Cry?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a reboot, not a remake.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah.
The reboot is not good.
The boot?
Its greatest flaw in my eyes is trying to be needlessly edgy in its story for no fucking reason. It's like...
I've heard the character writing wasn't very good either.
One of the boss fights starts with Dante saying fuck you, the boss saying fuck you, and Dante saying fuck you. That explains the writing of that game in its entirety.
I've heard worse.
The beginning
pretty bad.
of the Grand
DMC
Epic
Devil
Battle.
May Cry
Fuck
written
you,
by
no,
an actual
fuck you.
16-year-old.
Yeah. Fuck you! No, fuck you! No, fuck you!
No, it's not even no fuck you. It's literally fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. They say the same sentence back to each other like 3 times.
To be fair, you could do a lot of acting with the words fuck and you.
Would I be talking about it if they acted the shit out of it?
Clearly not. I'm just saying to put it out there, you can do a lot of intent and everything with just those 2 words.
I did a lot with just the words Blizzard and Fizz.
The only thing you did with that was blow out my eardrums.
The only thing you did was give him permanent tinnitus.
It just rings all the time, all I hear. One of my other biggest problems with the reboot is just kind of the blatant. They very blatantly act like they don't respect what the series was about. The whole
Because the guy who directed it literally doesn't.
yeah, it was one of the first things the game does is establish how little respect it actually has for the franchise. Not even in a cheeky kind of way. It's literally I don't remember the exact context, but he briefly has a moment where he has the appearance of traditional Dante and just shits all over it. And it's like, wow, you just hate this, huh? Could have just made your own game. I don't know why you're doing this. And then we got DMC5, and all is good.
Well, yeah, is a wig or something and pulls it off, not a chance.
I almost want to say it's like a mop or something. I don't know.
I feel like that's what I heard.
Which almost kind of makes it worse.
But, we got Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah, that game kind of single-handedly makes up for every bad, i.e. the only 2 bad installments in that series.
It's a good game.
From, trying to take itself too seriously and be somehow better than the old games, you go to 5, which just doesn't take itself seriously in the best ways possible.
That game knows its concepts are ridiculous, but also just plays into it in the best ways possible, and it's fucking fantastic.
And pulls it off.
Very well.
But when I've never actually played the Devil May Cry games, really, but from what I gather, the story, it is basically just massive badass, so insane combos, demon slaying shit. I mean,
there is a little bit more going on than just kill demons, big sword.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I've played the first 4, and that's it. So Devil May Cry 1 through 4.
If you liked
them, you should probably play 5.
5 is everything those games do, but refined with a modern design sensibility.
Also, there's a PS5 version.
That has unique content that no one else is gonna get because fuck you, Capcom. that's
I don't know why they're doing that. That's the second game I've heard of them doing that with the PS5.
I get that you
to
want.
me, it makes sense with Intergrade. I'm not really sure why they're doing it with Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Well, the thing, I get not. You might not be able to fit some of that content on a PS4. I'll accept that. You're not gonna bring it to PC? You fucking serious though?
they're trying to push the new console.
I would believe that if they were some kind of first-party developer, but this is just Capcom. They have no distinct ties to Sony.
How long has the PS5 version been out with the unique content?
I don't know.
Because there may be a time-limited release before they push it to PC.
From my understanding, Capcom just said, "No, this is just going to the PS5 version. That's it." There was no timed exclusive part to it. It was just we're bringing certain parts of it to the PC version, but the content everyone wants to care about, like the new character gameplay and stuff, is just not coming to anything else. Watch that change tomorrow before this episode comes up, and it's like, well.
Yeah.
And by tomorrow we mean September 1st, when this 2 weeks after this video, or 2 weeks when before this video goes up.
Yeah, watch it between now and the time the video shows up. Everything's on the PS5, and it's oh.
You mean
it's
PC?
It's just frustrating for people who don't have that system because it's incredibly hard to get it right now.
Yeah. Sure is. Stares into the distance.
Turns out the people at Capcom are actually behind the scalping of the PS5.
Fuck. I believe it.
This is just the grand conspiracy for Devil May Cry.
I want to modify that. I don't think it's Capcom as a whole. I think it's just their fighting game division. They're just tired of being so shit. And they're like, yeah, all right, we'll just scout PS5s. That'll show them.
Yeah, that'll show them. We are awesome now.
Maybe if you made a good fighting game in the last 10 years, there's something to talk about.
I'll have to check out Devil May Cry 5.
Oh, it's 100% worth it.
I was just kind of staying away with it because I saw DMC and I saw a review of it and I decided to stay far away from it.
Oh, fuck the reboot, but play 5. 5's fantastic.
And 5, I was just like, eh.
DMC5 is probably one of the best Capcom products from, like, the last console generation as a whole. It's just good. Which is,
Good.
it's spectacular what happens when you give, development over to people who respect the property.
From everything I've heard, if you liked the original Devil May Cry games,
Yeah.
DMC will piss you off, and 5 will be really good.
So the director of DMC just didn't really like Devil May Cry?
Apparently.
Nope.
Then why did
He thought it was dumb, I guess.
Then why did he agree to...
Because he saw it as an opportunity to do something he thought would be better, and then fucked it up, and that doesn't appeal to people who would like the series, and people who don't like the series just think it's kind of a boring action game, because it's a boring action game.
Like Devil May Cry 2.
Yeah.
Without the rush development, yes.
So basically, the guy wanted to make his own game, but didn't want to put in the work to actually make a new game, and went, oh hey, this is Devil May Cry, people will buy it, and
I assume it was like...
And then basically he pulled a cry like an anime fan on prom night, except rather than do that for the trailer, he did it for the whole game.
Yeah, that's very accurate. I would assume that the reality is probably he works for this company, the company got access to the IP and was like, hey, you're making this. And he's like, fuck, I hate this. And then made a shitty game.
Well, here is money. If you want to keep making this money, you will make this game. Well,
and then I guess he decided, I'll just be a shitter about it then. Whatever.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna make this game, but I'm gonna hate every minute of it and make sure you hate it too.
Right.
Feedback.
I mean, I think he wanted it to be good, but he just didn't respect the legacy of the series at all and thought that what he would do would be better.
I'm sure he wanted to make a good game, but it's also clear that everything about it just reeks of he wants to make a good game that's also very spiteful to people who like what it's trying to be better than. And that's like, if you get saddled with an IP, whether you like it or not, if your goal by making a product in that IP is to make it in such a way that it upsets people who like the IP, then you're gonna miss out on a part of your market base. And if you don't go...
Just step away for a while, go on without me.
Okay. So if you match that by making a fairly standard game, then you've got nothing for anybody to latch onto, and you've actively pissed off the people who would by default want to play it. So what are you doing?
Digging a hole that you won't be able to dig yourself out of.
Diggy diggy hole.
It's not hard to, in that situation, it's not that hard to keep your head down and just do the best you can and then move on.
Yeah.
Going back to the PS5 content, I am more than happy to do PS5 content for the channel. So
I don't think that's a series I'm too concerned about us getting to anytime soon.
well, yeah, it's been forever since I played any of the Devil May Cry games. So
I would, regardless of LP stuff, I would just say play it regardless because it's just that good.
yeah. Yeah, and I think I only have Devil May Cry 4 on the PS3. I know they're on Steam though. The first three are.
First four.
All the first four. Okay.
And the reboot.
We don't care about the reboot.
We say that, but I sit there and it's in my Steam library. I see it every day.
And it makes him feel bad about himself.
Makes me feel very bad. I paid money for this product.
Is it worse than Final Fantasy 13?
Final Fantasy 13 is a genuine attempt at being a good video game and not fueled by spite. So I might not have as much fun playing it, but I respect it inherently more as a product for not being actively spiteful towards its audience.
I've heard that DMC is fine. It's an okay game to play. There's nothing wrong with it as a game, but then when it comes to everything about the presentation and the characters and writing and story...
It is, on a gameplay perspective, like, competent. The problem is that it's it's in a genre with a lot of games, a lot of well-liked games, and it does nothing to be even remotely interesting. It is just like the most generic set of like hack and slash action game mechanics possible, with nothing to be particularly interesting. So yeah, it's like a fine game, but I could also just play like anything else, Bayonetta, Darksiders, you know? There's options for even non-DMC hack and slash games that are just better.
I've never played Bayonetta. I've heard they're very good.
They're really good. They hold up better than a lot of the classic DMC on like those games have the inherent problem of like they're old, so they have some clunky mechanics. They're good games, but you know, you just get a game that old and it's gonna end up feeling kind of clunky at some point.
Ye old clunker.
Bayonetta has all the benefits of the best DMC games, but without the clunk that a lot of the older ones have.
I mean, it's always good when you don't have to lug the clunk around.
Also, I think on a plot level, they're generally more interesting. Because it doesn't get weighed down by a convoluted timeline. It's like 1, 2, there you go. You just play them. Like it does get a little complicated because there's some weird time shenanigans, but generally speaking, you can play 1, then you can play 2. Just be like, all right, this all checks out.
Huh.
Also, the Switch versions are fucking fantastic.
Huh.
They make Brute feel all tingly inside. So we're just running through this
random encounter-filled maze, yeah.
This random encounter-filled maze that takes place within a multi-level record shop
with a radio broadcast system at the top. No, I don't understand.
I could see where another game got an idea for something.
Oh?
I mean, multi-level like record store is a thing in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The weird part isn't the multi-level so much as why the fuck is there a radio broadcast system on the top of this? We haven't seen it yet, but if you'll recall in the last episode, the idea was we're coming here for like a Muse debut special thing, right? And that would be in a radio broadcast booth where they can do the interview and all that stuff. Why? Why is this in here?
Well, as you know, video killed the radio star. So they're trying to hang on for dear life.
Sure.
Oh.
Yep.
That's the song.
I said it. Video killed the radio star.
You
heard it here first.
You said the thing.
That thing.
The thing.
The thing.
Claw.
Claw.
The claw.
Oh, there's an obvious LP contender we never considered. When are we doing the Toy Story 2 PS1 game?
Oh my god.
Didn't know they had a
Oh,
It
yes.
exists and it's uncomfortably good for what it is.
Oh,
Huh.
yes.
I actually want to play that, to be honest.
It's like it's this weird thing where I feel like at some point like people did start taking the idea of making like a tie-in game fairly seriously. We have several good examples of it, and that's one of them. It's a good game. It's got the PS1 clunk, but at its core, it's a good game. And
Is that on the PS1 classics? On
I
the
hope so.
store?
It should
I feel
be.
like it is, because I feel like I've seen it.
It's
I
like
don't think I own it.
it's I don't know, it's worth playing though for reasons I don't entirely understand. I get the idea of like, we'll make the best game we can out of this. I'm just surprised they made such a good game out of it.
They're like, oh, they managed to mostly succeed.
There was a Dreamcast version too.
It makes sense too, because from what I recall,
Of course there was.
It's like a collectathon kind of platformer, which seems weird at first, but is a very surprisingly good fit. And has some kind of interesting, environment design, given they kind of take the concept and run with it, and I think it's a pretty smart way to handle that.
They also jump with it too. It's a platformer after all.
Yes. That.
Honestly, the Toy Story 1 game's not really a terrible game either when you look at it, but it just kind of has some of that uncomfortable SNES era licensed game difficulty in places.
That's a similar feature like some of the other, was it The Lion King or Aladdin that is renowned for difficulty? Or both?
Lion King.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, both.
Yes.
Yes.
Galuf and I have played both those games twice.
Twice.
I think Lion King is worse, but
Yes.
Genesis Aladdin, the Genesis version of Aladdin is no slouch.
Especially the last level of the Genesis Aladdin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Super Nintendo one by Capcom.
Hey.
Well, and by twice, Galuf and I played it together, and then we have each played the new one, the collection that came out another time.
Huh. I think it's a pretty fair thing to say that, by and large, as far as the movie and license property tie-in stuff goes, Disney games tend to get the best out of that, by and large.
They can afford it.
Yeah.
I feel like Lion King too, when you look at it, it's like a case study in how good animation really had the potential to be on the Super Nintendo, and it's all in the skill of the animator, and that a lot of old games just look jank because there were a lot of people working on them who maybe weren't the best
Great
at
animators.
animating, and they were just trying to make a good game.
Yeah.
Because when you get the actual freaking Disney animators on board to animate the Simba sprites, it's like, wow, that's some good animation.
Well, there's... I know that the NES... That's not the NES. The SNES was more renowned for its sound quality, right? Or am I getting that backwards?
I think so.
Yes.
And that's true. SNES soundtracks, to this day, stand out
Still
very
good.
well. Even amongst, you're gonna catch me listening to more SNES stuff than you might, a PS1 soundtrack or something like that.
Dancing Mad.
Yep. Funny you say that. On the topic of sprite work, there's some damn good sprite work on that console regardless. Such as Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
Which is maybe one of my favorite RPG looks. It just looks good. I just like the way that game looks.
How do you feel about the Pixel remaster?
Listen. Listen. My biggest problem with that is actually what I've seen of the font. I don't understand why they went for such a smooth font when everything else doesn't look quite like that. It's really weird.
Comic Sans.
I think it looks like an improvement from what was previously available on Steam. And then I realized to get all of them, it was $90. And I was like, you know what? I can play all of these games the way I like them to look on this computer that I already own. Don't get me wrong. I would love to give you money for these games, but not if you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
If this is what you're gonna do, then I'm just gonna emulate it, because it'll look better and I can get smoothing in the places I want smoothing and not have it in places I don't want it. That being said, if it goes on sale, I will probably grab it, because I would like to own those games in some form or
I'm
another.
curious what the music is going to be like, because they redid the soundtrack.
Oh, no.
Never mind. I'm just not interested anymore.
We'll have to see if they give you the option to play the old music or not, because some of the previous ports did that kind of thing, like the PSP version of 4.
Speaking of which, that's another game with some fucking fantastic sprite stuff. I love the way that game looks.
I have the PSP version of 4, and I look forward to eventually playing
it. It is my favorite version of 4, and it's also really hard to play that game legitimately unless you own a PSP that's battery has yet to explode.
The 4?
Mm-hmm.
The PSP version of 4?
Yeah.
It was on Vita too, right?
It was on. You can buy it digitally on the Vita store.
Oh, really? I didn't know that one.
That's how I have it.
That must have passed me by. Admittedly, I don't do a lot of time. I don't spend a lot of time looking at what's available on my Vita because I don't know. It's somewhere way back here in this closet. I don't know. Don't use it. Everything I play on it's elsewhere except for that.
Although such up to good sprite work for the Super Nintendo, Chrono Trigger looks really good.
Yeah, so I played a little bit of that a couple of months ago, just sampling it, see if I wanted to go through a full playthrough, which I probably will at this point. That game looks fantastic. And I'm impressed that the, I forget his name, the artist they hired for the character work.
Akira Toriyama.
That's the guy.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z. His style shines through remarkably well in sprite work.
Yes.
It is.
Yes, it does.
It is crazy impressive.
It is very distinct.
And when you see, like, you know, drawings and stuff, you can see his art style a mile away. I'm just impressed at how smooth the transition was to, like, actual sprites. But it's good. Yeah, it looks great. It sounds great.
Yeah, the soundtrack is really good too from Chrono Trigger.
The DS port that they did a lot of it justice. From what I've heard.
And from what
I had it.
I haven't done a ton of looking into it, but the Steam version has positive reviews. So I'm assuming it's probably a better port than most of the Final Fantasy games were given.
Yeah, the DS port did a better translation.
I feel like I remember hearing bad things about the Steam port, but then I think they also might have fixed some of them. So
I would assume if that was the case, I would assume if that's the case that they have fixed it, because I looked during the most recent to the time of recording Steam sale. I'll let you figure out when that one was, and it had I think it was very positive, not overwhelmingly positive reviews, which is a good sign to me. Especially when you were looking at, like, the mobile version ports of the Final Fantasy classic games, and they
5 and 6,
yeah, they were not given the same positive look over. Oh, we can deal.
I don't know what the hell they were doing with the character sprites in this.
They are so ugly.
Yeah,
they are terrible.
I will say about 6. In particular, of the pixel remasters that they're doing, I have issues with the character sprites, not because they look bad, but just for 6 in particular, they're using really bright, vibrant colors that don't belong in that game's aesthetic.
Oh yeah, that doesn't fit totally at all.
That game is very dark, from my understanding.
Very much
having bright colors in a game in which there is a lot of darkness. Doesn't but
I've seen a couple other screenshots besides just like the character sprites, and some of the background work looks really good. There's even stuff like when they're on like the mountain at the start of the game, Biggs, Wedge, and Nyathera. It's like, oh wow, they like just totally completely redrew that background, and it actually looks really nice. I didn't even realize there were visible houses on that mountain in the original artwork. I see it now in hindsight, but. It's actually really apparent now in the new background. It looks really good. So it might be kind of a give and take thing with that.
I'm wondering, too, hope of all hopes anyways, Maybe they'll at least have some toggles for different things, so I can turn off the shit I don't care about, like the disgusting
Probably
amount
not
of
for
smoothing.
graphics. I hope they do it for music at least.
I hope they at least let me turn off the weird smoothing filter they seem to keep putting all over everything, because it just looks fucking bad.
I don't think they're doing that in the Pixel remasters.
The screenshots I saw looked like they had not as aggressive as like their mobile versions were, but those also just had totally different like variations of sprites anyways. But it looked like they had some of the smoothing effect on it, and I didn't like it. That being said,
I'm not sure if that's a filter you could toggle, though. I feel like that's just baked into the design of the sprites.
I'm fairly certain smoothing filters are a thing, whether or not they chose to use it or
but
did that with the sprites in the first place or not. I'm just hoping that it is a filter and I can turn it off, because I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't count on that happening, but I can hope until it comes out and I see it and I'm like, it's fucking...
I'm just gonna wait for someone to make it moddable.
Yeah.
Because that's the other way around it. I know they were working on mods for the old, like, crappy port of 6.
So I know that they are taking out the crappy ports of 5 and 6 with those Pixel remasters. Are they delisting the DS version of 4 off of Steam?
No.
Oh, thank God. That's actually good.
Yeah.
It's like that's...
They've changed it to make it more clearly distinct, where they added, like, 3D version or 3D remake or something like that.
Good. Because that is actually a good game. I prefer the PSP version, but that's not at fault of the DS version. It's just a testament to how much I like the PSP version.
And I am
The
back.
DS version also is apparently much harder.
It has its moments for sure, yeah. Which is why I'm glad, if nothing else, there is a more traditional version of 4 coming to Steam, because it's a much better first experience.
You played it on Steam, the 3D version?
No, I had the DS version.
Okay, because one thing about... I saw something about the mobile phone version, I think, which probably applies then to the Steam version too, which that there's difficulty options.
Oh.
So I couldn't help but assume that probably like the normal or easy mode or whatever is like an easier way to play the game, and then the included hard mode is probably just straight up the DS's difficulty.
Fair. In which case, I suppose it would be fair to say that it's a perfectly valid way to play the game for the first time. Though I'm still inclined to say, damn, there's some good sprite work if you just turn your attention over to this dusty old PSP for a second. Really good.
I liked the sprites in the PSP version, but honestly, I can also see why there are people who don't jive with it.
I have the same feeling, but about the 3D models. I get it. I think they look good. Not really my preference. I prefer not having that in my life. I know why they look the way they do. It's because of the console that you're native to. Not my thing. Good game. Version worth playing regardless. But, I think the sprites are a lot more, kind of inherently ageless.
I mean, there's people who like the Super Nintendo sprites, but have issues with the PSP ones.
Sure, I mean, nothing's going to be 100% approval rating, especially when they're so widely different stylistically. But out of the versions Good.
That is one thing I did kind of observe when I really looked at it. Like, I can see why some people don't like it, even though, like, I remember liking it when I played through it, but I must have kept an open mind when I did, because there's definitely a feel with the PSP version and the design of the sprites of it being more reimagining than like faithful remake for some of the art direction of the characters.
I think I mean, I guess that's fair. My understanding to that was always it was designed in a way to make it mesh better with that terrible epilogue, not quite DLC thing that they had in the Wii. I don't remember what it's even called anymore.
You mean it's a full-blown sequel.
I don't give a shit what it is. It's not good.
Like the After Years?
Yeah, that's what it's called. I don't like the
I mean, most people don't like the After Years because you're stuck thinking about, I could have been better.
Did you like play the whole thing or just some of it?
I played all of it.
Okay.
Kitty.
I liked it, but I didn't finish it because I was playing it with someone, and then we just kind of ended up. But there was some reason that we stopped, and then we just never got back around to it. So.
I didn't really care for it that much. Part of it's just like I feel like we didn't need that, really. Like I'm perfectly content with what there is in Final Fantasy IV alone. I'm fine with there not being any continuation, and I think the continuation kind of just wasn't doing what was already told as a story that much justice. It's like sometimes things can just be a self-contained thing, and it's perfectly good that way. And I felt that way about 4.
I remember liking the character writing a lot, although I wasn't sure about the new antagonist and overall plot necessarily, but I liked the character writing a lot.
That being said, my opinion on that is very old. Like,
as is mine.
I think I was in high school the last time I played through the After Years, which is not that long ago, but long enough ago for me to be like, my opinion may or may not be valid. What the fuck? Who are you?
My opinion is probably from about the same time.
Hello?
I was a different age at the time.
Yeah, the time frames are slightly different there, but it I don't know. It's something I definitely should go back and give another look to. It's also just kind of like
I'm saying we probably played it around nearly the same time. Just we were different ages.
Yeah. That makes more sense. Yeah.
Also, Lich. It's the most jovial-looking Lich I've ever seen.
He's just having a good time.
Speaking of all the Final Fantasy IV talk, and here's a freaking monster in a box.
It's always funny to me when
he's got like a this Lich is kayaking is what he's doing. He's got his little.
It's true. He does kind of look that.
He's sitting in the back with a lot of boat going forward, and he's got his little scythe as his kayak paddle. He's having a great time.
And here we are just ruining his day.
Honestly, we're the bad guys.
We are the bad guys in his story.
We are the bad guys here.
Wow, Akechi's gonna die.
Yeah, he's fine. See? I got this. I always find it fun when the game conversations come up, and then it's like, oh yeah, Brute's just Babby. I always forget about that.
You might want to heal.
Hey, he's fine. I'm gonna heal.
Are you okay over there?
Never better.
Okay. Here, drink this.
Yeah, drink five bottles of ice. There's 5 bottles of Robitussin, man.
Ginkgo just runs over, like pulls his mouth open, and just pours it down, like shakes it like Mentos and Coke.
I would try to replicate noises for that, but I am out of beverage.
We don't have to do that. You might end up spitting all over or something.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first thing. It's not what I meant. In a so far unreleased LP, I remember having to sit down with the nearest thing of food and shove a handful in my face so I could make the sounds of someone who's eating while talking. Yeah, that was fun. And by fun, I mean
I love it.
I picked the spicy chip, so it was not. it was not.
That sounds like you had a
necessarily my
great
best
time.
decision. Tasted good.
And then it became like all just mush in your mouth.
Thankfully, it wasn't long strings of dialogue or anything, so it was perfectly doable.
Very good. Yeah. Tastes real good. Possession. I thought these guys were carrying hunks of meat on their backs, but it turns out just bones.
Yeah, he had a basket full of bones.
They're just doing their thing. They're not hurting anybody.
Again, we're the bad guys. We're rolling up here, ruining their day.
Again.
Maybe Joker was right about us.
Are we the bad guys?
Go have a seat over there, please.
Have you noticed the thing about our uniforms? What? They have skulls on them!
Huh. Are we the bad guys?
Are we the baddies?
Oh, we're the bad.
You sure picked on the wrong guys.
It's complicated, alright?
We're complicated.
Just don't know why everything's gotta be so
Tatsuya.
complicated.
Yeah. Avril would be so displeased.
I'm glad. I'm glad that I could make that reference and it landed somewhere. I also hate that I made that reference and it landed, but that's neither here nor there. Oh! Rasputin! This might take a minute.
Rah, rah, Rasputin. Lava
No
of the
more, so
Russian
we don't
queen.
get booted off the face of this website.
I think that was less than 10 seconds. I think we're okay.
Nah, well, look, the 10-second thing is not entirely accurate.
Also, it's not like I sang it that well.
Hey.
Yeah, well, this is coming from we host our hobby on a website that just lets anyone roll up and say, hey, that's mine, and it just works. So
Yeah.
Is that Orpheus?
I don't know.
You made this? Smile.
I made this.
Uh-huh. I remember a long time ago, when we were doing Final Fantasy VII, I put William Tell's Overture in one of the Chocobo breeding videos, and some symphony came along and went, this is mine. I'm like, okay.
How do you claim ownership over this?
How do you claim ownership of the William Tell Overture? It's from, what, 1812?
Right, but some symphony's like, oh, we made this, it's ours. So I re-uploaded the episode with different music because of that.
I mean, they must be trying to claim that it's their specific performance
Right.
of it.
No.
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were trying to claim that, yeah, we made this. Like, you can't prove that.
And if you would have, challenged them, you would have had to have sent them all of your personal information, but they don't send you any.
It's well established at this point that it's easier to just avoid this problem altogether than it is to ever deal with it. It's like, all right, well, what's the problem time frame on this timeline? Oh, that moment? All right, fuck it.
We will change it to something else. Go away.
Let's just
now.
redact Hyper's voice for those couple of minutes.
Yeah, we'll just mute the entire audio track. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And then I had some problems with some of my Xenogears episodes. They've since been resolved, but somebody was blocking 10 seconds of my video, so the whole thing became unavailable.
Nice.
Picked on the wrong guy.
Because of the soundtrack.
That is kind of one thing I am wary about going forward with this series is when we get to later entries, we start getting inclusions by actual, I don't want to say actual, not just composed in-house, but there are guest musicians who are proper, they have talent agencies musicians.
Yes. Yes, they do. Speaking of talent agencies.
Speaking of talent agencies, Anstca, do this.
And that's that. We're waiting for more letters from you, the listeners.
Yay!
By the way, hey, Kenji-san, you said you had an important announcement to make during our show today? You don't mean...
You're fired.
Fuck, I actually forgot to cast this man. Hey, Galuf, wanna do this?
Sure. You've got me there. Yeah, I'd say it's about time. Looks like our last guest has just arrived.
Ginshi Sasaki, a flashy music producer, hit it big a few years ago. Prior to that, he was a small-time operator with only one hit song. So this is what I was talking about earlier. It's so weird that they have just a fully functioning, like, radio booth in here.
Yeah.
I don't know why
not?
it's here. I don't know, it just seems like a... If nothing else, it's gotta be something bordering conflict of interest, right?
Probably.
It's a music store.
It's time I gave the people what they want and announced the third member of Muses. Lisa Silverman. There you are.
Oh, jeez. What should I do, Tatsuya?
Just get the word I heard.
Kalmena.
Kalmena, help me!
Come here, help me.
I'm only guessing. Hey.
Damn it!
I don't think you have a choice. Time to bite the bullet and go do this. Try and pry out as much information as you can.
Kamehameha! Got it! Yes, I did it!
I don't
Look at
know.
me. Look at me. Look at me. Tactfully.
What?
She's gone.
Go up there,
She's gone.
yell, go Super Saiyan and punch.
What?
Yeah.
Hi!
For everyone tuning in now, Muses is now a full trio.
Maybe I didn't think this casting through very well.
Oops.
To be fair, over half of us are up there right now, so I don't know what I can do.
Jaime!
Whoa! Now that's like a shock radio. Go, Kenji, you stylish bastard.
Hey, Tatsuya-kun, do you detect a faint persona resonance in that Sasuke guy?
Is that a thing I'm supposed to do?
Sasuke?
Sasuke.
Sasuke?
Sasuke!
I wonder if he's one of the masked circle. If he is, Lisa's in trouble.
Sasuke!
She has an ice fairy in her pocket. I think she'll be okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I left my ice fairy in Tatsuya's pocket.
But if we go along... But if we
Just
go...
leaves like her persona in Tatsuya's
Distant
pocket.
hee-ho from the interior of the jacket pocket. Hee-ho, hee-ho.
He's like, oh no!
That would be why she did. I mean,
But if we go along with the plan, we might get some juicy details on the masked circle. Well, it's all up to Lisa now.
I mean, I told her to be
Sweating intensifies.
I told her to be tactful. I'm sure she's got this under control.
Jaime!
well then, let's move on. Move on to the pertinent question that's on our male listeners' minds. Lisa-san, are you single?
Really honing in on just how skeevy this whole industry really is, huh?
Oh yeah.
Quack! I mean, hi. There is a certain gentleman. Actually, he's here today.
So you're completely single.
Did she
There's
quack?
this whole thing where you're more popular as an idol if you're single.
Yeah, it's like a thing. Most of those agencies, from my understanding, have literal contracts where you can't be publicly in a relationship.
Yeah.
And if you are, that they just like fire you right there. And,
It's
it's terrible.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Whoa! Lisa Chan drops a second bombshell on our audience. Who may we ask is this boyfriend of yours?
Why is she quacking?
He's over there The tall, cool guy. I said it. Oh my god.
There's also the just kind of inherent weirdness of like propping individuals up on a weird like mantle of wholesome, innocent bullshit. You know?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yes.
Me? Aw, you should have said so before. Hey, be mine. I'm gonna give you a whole lot of love. He's making other bird noises now.
Why on earth would I have met you?
I was really looking forward to this interaction. It's really funny.
Oh, you're such an idiot. I hate
You're
you.
the one up there making bird noises.
You're standing in front of Tatsuya.
He's all the way back there.
Oh,
Tatsuya, stand up here.
calm down, okay? Mesa-chan, what do I after all?
Tatsuya just like, I don't know who this is. I don't know these people.
My Chinyan isn't a twisted narcissist like him. Quack.
Just a normal narcissist.
Oh, yeah. Oh, then, get you some lay it on us about the debut song. We're all dying to hear.
What does the fox say?
It's called Start Dash.
She's got a lot. She's got this all under control up there.
It's based on the Joker game that's catching on with the kids today. It's called, naturally, Joker.
He said the thing.
He said the thing.
I knew it.
You said the thing, Maya.
I knew it.
And since Lisa-kun's so fluent in English, I've prepared an entire English solo part for her.
Oh, shit.
Fluent?
I see. All right, Lisa-san, Chan.
Third time. Are you okay?
Lisa-chan, I mean, word.
What? Huh?
Get a message in English for all your adoring fans out there today.
Yeah, this will be rich.
Time to try and speak in English.
Maybe don't try to do that.
Well, I had high hopes, but that's all the time we have for the day. We'll be looking forward to your part, Lisa-chan.
I'm not saying it can't be done in a tactful manner. However, I feel like that is a recipe for us to stumble into not what we intended.
Yes.
Quack!
She's quacking.
Muses, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off the career with a mini concert today at the outdoor concert at Amara.
Aoba, I guess.
Alba.
Ow!
She's meowing.
and
okay?
that's a wrap. And that's a wrap for today's edition of Meteor Mason to the Max. Tune in next week for more of what you love.
She's
Bark,
fine.
bark,
I'm sure this is normal.
bark! Oh, I guess I walk away from the microphone now. I guess I go this
left.
way.
She left.
Yeah.
Why would she leave? Ugh.
Sounds like Sasaki and the Muses are headed towards the outdoor concert hall in Aoba.
Alba.
And that's the gospel truth.
Let's meet them there, Tatsuya-kun.
You just hear from, like, very far away, Quack!
Follow the quacking. We will get over to the concert hall in this new part of the city and take a quick look around and then call it a wrap. This publishing building, we don't give a shit about that. TV building, we don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit about that either. This is what I care about. Where can I spend my money?
Money.
In particular, I love that this place is called Claire de Lune.
Tatsuya, help! Quack!
Alright, everybody, enjoy a nice casual meal. I'm sure she'll be just fine.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
She's fine.
Right.